Hi, I'm Jeff, and welcome to another one of my videos where I give you the opportunity to test your comic book grading skills up against actual results from CGC. This video is part 11 in my series where I'm featuring my good friend Octavio's submission to CGC. Thank you so much, Octavio, for making your submission available to all of us to practice our comic book grading skills. This is the second to last video in this series, so we can see the finish line. We're almost there. And thusly, we're going to be picking up the pace here a little bit. Today, we're going to be looking at 5 different books. Now, what we do is we take a look at these 5 books when they were raw, video that I made before I sent the books off, well, Octavio sent the books off to CGC. We look at that video of the book in the raw and we assess it for any kind of flaws, any damage, anything that might impact the grade negatively. Then we give our best guess as to what we think the grade should be. Once we've done that, we unbox the books freshly back from CGC and we look at the actual results, the actual grades that CGC gave the book. Hopefully we nail them every single time and we are in the wrong career and should be grading books professionally. I should not be grading books professionally because I am wrong a lot, and that is okay. I am making this video series because I want to learn myself more about grading. I want to become a better grader. I want the practice, and I want to take all of you along with me on the journey. So I hope you're learning something. I know I am every single time. So I'm happy to be wrong and publicly embarrass myself. But that's enough. Today, once I already mentioned, we're going to do 5 books. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at them when they were raw. First up, we have Justice League, issue number 50. Let's take a look-see. Yeah, as always, I like to tell you, I like to take my books to places where there is direct overhead lighting. I like to bounce that light off the cover. Helps me find flaws like creases, pinches, color breaking spine ticks, any of those nasty little things that were going to hurt the grade. So far, though, on this book, I don't see any of those problems. This book looks really, really great. Okay, I didn't see any problems. Now let's see what's going on the back here. You see, this isn't even the best overhead light, but you can still see how the light interacts with the paper. If it does anything irregular, that likely means there's some kind of damage or flaw or crease or something that could be improved. This book looks really good. Maybe a little something on the spine there, but that was a big maybe. Well, this book looks practically perfect. For some reason, when I originally assessed it, I called it a 9.6. Next up, we have Batman issue, what is it, 537? We'll figure that out in a second. I forget the number. But it looks like already there is a small color-breaking spine tick there and there and there, little coming out of the staples. That's kind of a common one. But it'll hurt the grade a little bit right there and there, and that one there, that one there, and that one there, that one there. A bunch of little ones right there by the DC logo. There, that's going to hurt the grade. That's going to hurt the grade too. It looks like there's a little bit of a color-breaking scratch in there. Presents real well, though. Oh, I missed the number. Hopefully you caught it. Maybe I'll get a third chance at it right here, right now. But this is a pretty good-looking book. Yeah, but it's got some flaws. 357. I said 537, right? I was dyslexically close. The back of this book looks pretty good. Those black spots, I'm not sure if that's some kind of flaw or if it's just a printing. I'm going to guess a printing defect. There is a little bit of yellowing along the edge there. There is also what looks to be like a crease there. I don't think that's a crease. I think that's in the paper from production. And also, these color-breaking spine ticks that were on the front, you can kind of see them on the back. They don't look as color-breaking, obviously, because they're in the white there. But you can kind of see them. I think with the accumulation of defects on this, I'm going to give it an 8.0. Next up, we have Batman 89. This is the B cover
of the first cameo appearance of Punchline. This is a nice glossy cardstock paper. Let me tell you something. You see the way that light's bouncing off of it there. If there are any flaws, that light's going to tell you right away. But also, this cover is just not friendly to damage. There's very little you can do about it if it's caused, and it's kind of sort of easy to do on this paper. But this one looks really, really good. That's a sharp looking copy there on the front. I don't see any issues. I'm going to say that this is still in the 9/8 category for me. Let's see what it looks like on the back. Good. It looks good on the back. Some people like to say, there's maybe a little something on the edge there. I don't think that's going to take it out of a 9/8 category. People like to say that all modern books should be 9/8. Anything you buy off the shelf should be 9/8. And I've seen groups of enough new books to know not everything on the shelf is a 9/8. A lot of damage happens in shipping. But this one does look like it's a 9/8, so that's the grade I gave it. Next up, we have Year of the Villain, Hell Arisen, issue number 3. This is the first full appearance of Punchline. This is a good-looking book. There might be... See, now, this spine is... The way the paper is coming away, we've seen books before where it's folded and you see it's like torn up a little bit on the edge there. This is torn up more than I think CGC is going to be comfortable with. It kind of is a production defect in and of itself, but I think there's probably degrees of severity to it. And while I've seen worse spines that are under this type of condition, I've also seen better. So I don't think this book is going to get a 9.8. Let's see if we can find any other flaws. It's otherwise pretty good. Maybe something there in the white along the edge. Now that looks like a flaw right there at the bottom. Looks like a little color rub spot. And now we have small color breaking spine ticks there on the back. Look at them kind of going 45 degrees. Yeah, this book has some flaws. I'm going to go with a 9.4 on it. And finally, we have The Uncanny X-Men, issue 244, the very first Jubilee. I like Jubilee a lot. I remember buying this comic book off the rack when it came out new. But a lot of people know Jubilee from the animated show and like her a lot from that. There's a little bit of a crease that we saw there as we were going. Let's see if we see it coming back the other way. A little scratchy crease there. Yeah, and that shadow. I have to think that's going to hurt the grade a little bit there. The rest of the book looks pretty good. It looks like there's a little bit of a color-breaking spine tick there. This book has a slight miswrap, so some of the black from the back is coming onto the front. That makes it really difficult to hide any kind of minor color-breaking spine ticks there may be. And any that there may be do appear to be really minor. Let's see the back of this book. Oh yeah, this Schwinn ad. I've seen a lot of books die on the grading table because of this Schwinn ad. So many color-breaking spine ticks on the other side. Let's see if this one has those. This is actually a really nice-looking copy, all in all. But I don't think it's a 9.8. Don't even think it's 9.6. There looks to be a little bit of a something there on the spine. There's definitely something there at the top of the wheel. Maybe some other minorage in there. But all in all, this is a really nice looking copy. Not perfect. So I'm going to go with a 9.0 on this. I think there's enough accumulated defects.
All right, so you've had an opportunity to look at the books that we're going to be talking about today when they were raw, before they got sent to CGC. You have assessed them for any damage, any defects, anything that might impact the grade negatively, and you have your best guess for what you think the grade might be. I have done the same, and I have shared those guesses with you. Now it's time to find out what the actual grades from CGC are. This is the second to last one of these videos. I'm excited that we're in the home stretch, and here's the first of 5 books we are going to be looking at today. I need to wake up my iPad. Okay, there we go. Great. The first book is Justice League, issue number 50. Yes, okay, there it is on my list. I assessed it at a 9.6. Let's keep in mind what your guess was, and let's see what the results from CGC are. Please be 9.6. I want to be right. Or 9.8. I'm happy being wrong that way. Yeah, okay. All right. For Octavio's sake, I'm very happy about that. But I guessed a 9.6, and I was 1 increment off and 1 increment below. These are all almost ideal as far as I'm concerned. It's almost like the perfect thing to be 1 increment off and 1 increment below what the actual grade is. It's good for your protection, and it also shows that you kind of sort of know what you're doing. As always, I do not profess to be an expert at grading. I am an strict amateur trying to learn as much as I can and taking you all along with me on the journey. Let's see what this next book is. Batman 357. There it is. Okay, so my guess was that this book is in 8.0. Think of your guess, and let's see the results from CGC. All right, you see that? Is it an 8.0? 9.0. Okay, so that's okay for me as well. As I've said in many of these videos, I want to bullseye it. I want to nail it, and I am totally 100% happy with being 1 increment off, and I will accept being 2 increments off, especially when my guess is lower than the results from CGC. So guessing an 8.0 and getting a 9.0, that's happy times, and I still feel like I was close enough that I don't have to be like, what's wrong with me? Do better, Jeff. So that's not so bad right there. Let's keep going and look at the next one. These are all facing in the wrong direction, so I need to make sure I don't see the grades. This is Batman 89. This is the variant cover. This is the Matina variant cover. This I assessed at a 9.8. I don't give out 9.8 lightly, so I'm hoping to be right about this. Let's see what the grade is. Okay, you see the grade now. Let me take a look. 9.8. Great. Good. Good. 9.8s in a lot of ways should be the easiest assessment to make. The book looks perfect. It's a 9.8 candidate. The book has a flaw. It's not a 9.8 candidate, although I've said it before and I'll say it again. Books can have flaws and still get a 9.8. But assessing 9.8s should be easy, but sometimes it's trickier than it seems. But I'm glad to see that I nailed that one. All right, well, this is a really nice book. You're the Villain, Hell Risen, issue number 3. I assessed this book at a 9.4. I'm really hoping that it's higher than that. But let's find out. Here is the grade from CGC. All right. Did I nail it? And if I didn't, how far off was I? A 9.6. Okay, great. Like I said, perfectly acceptable in my opinion, and almost ideal. 1 increment off, 1 increment below was my guess. This grade was 1 increment higher than my guess. That's totally cool by me. Okay, and the last book that we are going to look at today is Uncanny X-Men, issue 244. I'm a big X-Men fan. I love this book a lot. I assessed this book at a 9.0. I am very much hoping that I was wrong and that it's much higher than that. But let's see if it is a 9.0 or not. Okay, you know, now it's time for me to know. It is a 9.4. Okay, once again, fine. That's within the realm of acceptability for me, being 2 grade points off, and that my guess was 2 grade increments below what the actual grade was. I'm totally okay with that. And the Newton rings from this box continue. They are all over almost every single book in this box. That's frustrating. But I would encourage Octavio and anybody else who gets that to send them back to CGC and have them fix it, because they need to learn to not have that happen. All right, let me know down in the comments what you think. Do you think that being 2 grade increments off is like makes me an idiot or something? Or basically like, Jeff, that you shouldn't be okay with being 2 off. That's way too far off. Or you're like, yeah, no, it's really subjective. That's close enough. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and let me know how you did with your guesses as well. In addition, likes are appreciated by me, so please, I encourage you to hit the like button. And if you haven't already subscribed, I've got one more video in this series of submissions right now that's going to be coming out. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that one, as well as the I have many other submissions that have been coming back. There's a lot more of this content on this channel, so if you like it, make sure you subscribe. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.